Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Be Transformed Transformational Moment podcast. I'm your host today, Carmela E, and I'm so excited that you have taken the time to join me today. Today is September 14th, 2024. I am excited. I'm telling you, it looks like a fall day outside. Of course, fall hasn't gotten here, but today is a little overcast. And just looking outside, it's just really cool and it's really nice. Such a peaceful morning. And I'm so excited that we are in the month of September, which is Self Improvement Month and Self Care Month. One of the things that I've been focusing on during this month is self improvement. And, that's a near and dear topic to me because I'm all about transformation and personal development and all of these things. And so I want to bring to you an episode today that focuses on the fact of self improvement. And if I may ask you a question, how are you growing? I know you're like, what is that? What is she talking about? How are you growing? And we're going to just talk a little bit up to 7 minutes concerning where we are in the area of self improvement because a lot of people may think self improvement, okay, self improvement month comes around once a year in September, but we are always could be, or like to say, we should always be in a mode of growth. And that means that we can start wherever we are to improve ourselves. And so I would like to pose that question again. How are you growing? Recently I was out of town. I was in Alabama and I was stopping at a particular place that I go to quite often. And while I was sitting out in this beautiful area, gardening type area, near the riverside, I was sitting there and I was enjoying these beautiful big elephant ears. And I had never seen elephant ears this big. It was just so beautiful, the sight to see that I began to do a little video of it and record it. But one of the things that jumped out at me just looking at the elephant ears, because I'm drawn into nature, naturally, I'm drawn into the beauty of nature. I started thinking about how that elephant ears probably started as a little plant and it just grew through the process of years into such a beautiful array of vibrant plants and the color and the style and the texture and all of the other flowers, of course, that was planted around it. But nevertheless, I began to look at that and I went back to an old, I would say an old thought that I always seem to share with others, and that growth is inevitable when we are in a place of cultivation. And so it took me back to the mindset of cultivating our garden. How are we growing? Being a cultivator, of our garden, of our personal development, of our self improvement takes time. But as you know, a gardener takes up the time to turn over the soil to make sure that the plant is in the proper place for lighting. And sometimes the gardener has to kind of go and dig up and break up, an area that may really have a lot of hard rocks, or it could be just even hard soil, and then getting down to the root of things and de-weeding. There's a lot of different things that go in the process of cultivation. And so as I took a look at that elephant ear, I thought of the wonderful rain that it received, the sun that it received, even probably just being in a place, the climate that it was in, the environment that it was in. All of these things are necessary for our growth as well. If you take a look at our personal development, how are you growing? Are you in a great place of being cultivated? Are you providing yourself necessary places and spaces where you can thrive and grow, perhaps sharpen your skills of some sort? Or is there something that you can improve on right now, that you can tweak right now, that can help you move forward today, starting today? And growth mindset empowers us to see even beyond where we are currently in, and it imposes possibilities of places and even spaces of advancing. So you could ask yourself, in what ways am I mapping out my self-improvement plan this month? So I encourage everyone to take a moment to think quickly, what can I improve this month in my self-improvement? There is there are so many different ways that we can improve ourselves. And I'll come back through the month of September and share a little bit more of those that can help us be empowered and inspired to transform the way that we even think concerning ourselves in a growth mindset. How are we growing? So I'm just excited about this particular month, Self Improvement Month, because a growth mindset even empowers us to look for areas where we can increase and sharpen our personal development right in the spaces that we're in. So we don't necessarily always have to go create something brand new all of the time, even though that's a part of self improvement, learning how to generate ideas and becoming creative. But we can unfold and bloom right where we're planted. And the reason we can do that is because of cultivation, having the right elements around us: sunshine, water, temperature. All of these things affected that wonderful elephant ear. But you know what? We are in those same places of being cultivated by providing the right necessary tools to kickstart our way of advancing. And that means we start with our personal development. So I hope that you've been empowered and inspired to ask yourself today, how are you growing? Well, let's make that personal. How am I growing? How will I start today on making a plan or strategy for me to advance or to move forward or to tweak what I'm doing with my skills or to hone on my talents, my skills, and even my attributes to create a place and a space for me to thrive. And so join me on my website at www.transformational-moment.com, where you can click on different links and find how you can be empowered, even in the month of September, where it is Self-Improvement Month. I have a plethora of podcasts just like this one. There are transformational moment blogs that can inspire you and empower you to move forward. Check out my website and find out more information. And so I look forward to seeing you on my website and then also on my next Transformational Moment podcast, where you will receive up to 7 minutes of empowerment and inspiration for your day. Have a phenomenal Saturday, and I hope to see you on my next podcast. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Be Transformed Transformational Moment podcast. I'm your host today, Carmela E, and I'm so excited that you have taken the time to join me today. Today is September 14th, 2024.